Good morning, it's Jacob from Sustainably Yours. I'm here on the DK4710. We've got some work to do today. I've got some brush hogging to do. And so for that I'm going to have to hook up my my brush hog. This will be the first time I've attempted to attach a 3-point implement to this thing, where I'm a newbie. So we'll see how that goes, and then I'm going to head out behind the chicken coop. I'm not going to brush hog this whole thing out here. I'm just going to focus on the spot where we're going to be putting our garden, because we've got to get that space tilled up. And looking like for the rain, I'm only going to have a couple of days here to get it done. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is remove this box blade from the 3-point. I found the 3-point system a lot easier than I had anticipated it being. Whenever I thought about tractors, I assumed everything was super complicated and hard to do, but this has been very intuitive, this Coyote tractor. And I think a 3-point hitch system is pretty much the same across the board, the way they work. So first thing I'm going to do, we're going to remove this top link, I think. It's got this little pin. Ow, gosh dang it, that hurts. Whew, don't do that. Those little spring-loaded clip pins, whatever they're called, they pack a punch. Reminded me to go get my gloves. Alright. So now that we've got that pin pulled, we're going to have to pull this pin out of here. I may have... load it all the way. Probably shouldn't have to do that. I'm probably not completely level here. Oh, I remember when I put this thing on here, I had to pry this bracket apart a little bit to get that in there. Pry this thing open a little bit. Work. There we go. Whew, I'm gonna have to do something there. Maybe loosen that nut and try to widen that out a little. That's going to be a hassle if I don't. That should have been way easier than it was. Put my trimmer back. See, the mistake I made is I didn't make sure I opened that thing up all the way before I started messing with it. Came back on my thumb. Alright, there we go. Now then, for these, same kind of pin. Boop. And I'm just going to have to kick this off of there. Come around from the other side. Replace my pen. Box blade is disconnected. Now we're gonna back it up to the brush hog. Clipper 600, I don't know. That came with the tractor. We bought the package unit. So now that I have everything set where I want it, that's the level where I want to be mowing. I want to be able to put my brush hog back at that point every time. So this is a little lock. I just open it up, move this little slide up to the level where my lever is, lock it back in place. And now every time I lift and put back down, I just bump it up against that slide and I'll have a set spot and an even cut. Well, that process didn't go as smoothly as I thought it would. A couple of hiccups there. Now is the part that I'm not so sure about. I have yet to hook up a PTO implement to this thing, so let's see how it turns out. Look at it. So I've got, oh, that's going to be pretty easy. From the way this looks, there's where the PTO shaft is going to connect. For those of you who have tractors, you already know all this, I'm sure, but I'm just learning. And there are some grooves there all around it. Where is it? And then here is the brush hog's end of the PTO attachment. We've got acceptors for all those little teeth. And then right here we have a little pin, a button kind of like. Push that in and it pops out the other side. That's gonna be my, when I put the PTO on, that button is gonna be my kind of lock, I guess. I'll push the button and slide the PTO on and it should lock in place. Let's see how that works out. got it. The problem was a combination of the brush hog not being aligned center behind the tractor, so things weren't lined up very well. And I was pushing the button at the wrong time. Newbie error. Will not do again. Okay, I think we're about ready to pull this thing around and make sure. I don't think I was on good level ground, so I'm gonna have to do all the leveling stuff again when we get out there. But this is gonna be my first time really bush hogging anything. I've mowed down a couple of strips here and there just to kind of see how the thing works and all that, but this will be my first time mowing a large area with turns and all that stuff, so I don't know how it's gonna go. That can't go bad, right? I mean, barring running over some kind of big rock or something and bashing myself in the head, what could go wrong? Don't say that, don't say that.